At the CSX Kingston yard on a Sunday morning, you'd usually see 2 to 3 cuts of cars for the next week's Kingston local. On this past Sunday, we see southbound Q212 waiting for 2 northbound intermodals for Selkirk and beyond. The first northbound to show was Q007, intermodal traffic out of North Bergen, New Jersey, bound for Rose Lake, Illinois. Today's Q007 was being led by CSX ES40DC number 5350 and rebuilt AC4400CW number 7010. Q007 isn't rather a big train out of Bergen. However, once it reaches Dewitt Yard in Syracuse, New York, this train will nearly double in size. After about a 10-minute wait, here comes Q003, also known as the Amazon Express, with intermodal piggyback traffic out of South Kearney, New Jersey. Once Q003 cleared the southern end of Kingston, Q212 got to clear south with 52 loads of cars for the dealerships across the tri-state area. Today's Q212 is being powered by 2 CSX Evolution Series locomotives, 792 on the head end and 819 on the rear. As Q212 was making its way out of the Kingston siding, we raced him down south to Control Point 80 in Esopus, New York. After holding up in Alston, Q433, southbound mixed freight out of Selkirk, New York, gets a limited clear aspect south into the West Park siding. Before continuing south, Q433 will have to hold at CP75 for another set of northbounds. As the sun moved into the western skies, we positioned ourselves now on the west side of the tracks. Within a matter of minutes of moving to the west side, here comes Q567, the next northbound. Although being under a manifest symbol, Q567 is empty autoracks out of Oak Island, New Jersey. Along the way, Q567 would work Selkirk, New York, Walbridge, Ohio, and New Boston, Michigan before arriving in Detroit. After Q567, we reposition at a different shooting location for the next northbound. Once set up, we hear Q157 calling out the north signals, and soon enough we see him crossing Black Creek. Q157 is intermodal traffic based out of Greenwich Yard. With many stops along the way, he will eventually terminate in the Northwest Ohio ICTF in North Baltimore. During pre-COVID times, Q157 was an early morning train, usually headed north on the River Line as early as 1 a.m. But ever since the start of COVID-19, Q157 has ever since been combined with Q261. As of today, Q157 works South Kearney, New Jersey, North Bergen, Little Ferry, Dewitt Yard in Syracuse, New York, and Frontier Yard in Buffalo, New York before arriving in North Baltimore. After Q157, traffic has seemed to die down on the line, so we reposition at Iona Island. Once set up, it didn't take long for southbound Q403 to make itself known. Shortly after, we see Auto 41 activate and display an approach limited. Moments after Auto 41's activation, here comes Q403 rounding the bend. Q403 is southbound manifest traffic bound for Greenwich Yard, with work at Manville, New Jersey and Woodbourne, Pennsylvania. On some days, Q403 is assigned additional work up in Alson. Q403 will be taking the siding at Haverstraw to meet with Q434. After the 434, he will continue his way south towards Manville and eventually Greenwich. With camera batteries nearly dead and constant wind hitting us, we decided to call it a day and head home. While bound for home, we observed a few water devils over the Hudson. Water devils are just like dust devils. The only difference between the two is that one's over land and the other's over water.